Hey guys, it's getting closer to Halloween, and that means we're starting to see the release of Halloween related films at the cinema. And the first Halloween related film that I saw at the cinema this month was of course Hotel Transylvania 2. Now, I'm not going to bother talking about the first film because you don't really need to know anything about the first film to enjoy this one, which is great. If you haven't seen the first one, you can just go in and watch this without having to know anything, really. I'll give you the basic storyline of this film. In the first film, you had Dracula and his friends, and Dracula's got a daughter who meets this human boy who falls in love with him. So that's basically that. And this continues on from that. Dracula's daughter is now getting married to the boy, and about 5-10 minutes into the film you find out that the girl's pregnant, and people are wondering if it's going to be a human boy or a vampire boy. It's a boy, by the way, just to clear that up. It is a boy. So the daughter goes off to where her husband grew up to see if it would be a better suitable place to raise their child. And while they're away, Dracula is looking after the boy, who really hopes that the boy is a vampire, and decides to take the boy on this sort of road trip, I guess, kind of thing, with his friends, to try and release the inner vampire in the child. That's the best way I can put it, really. That's basically what the film's about. Dracula trying to convince himself that the boy is a vampire and not a human. Yeah, it's a kids' film, primarily, but it's also entertaining for adults. There's a lot of jokes thrown in, some for kids, some for adults, some for both, really. If you are seeing this with your child, or you're an adult and just fancy going to see it by yourself, it's not a shame in that. I did. Me and a friend of mine, we went to see it. It's a good film. The animation's really nice. It's not as fast-paced as the first film. Adam Sandler does another good job voicing Dracula. I can't think off the top of my head who voiced the other characters, but they all do their parts really well. I don't really have any complaints about this film. If you do go see it and there's a bunch of kids in the screening as well, then I won't worry, because the kids really well behaved. They just sit there and watch it, laugh at the appropriate times, don't make too much of a noise. Sometimes I think kids are better behaved than adults, really. I think many people would agree with that as well. Yeah, it's a good watch. Nothing you have to concentrate too hard on, obviously, because it's a kids' film. Something you can just go in and relax to. There is a moment towards the end with this sort of villain. It's not really much of a villain, but the kind of one towards the end. I don't want to say too much about it, but while I was watching it, I thought this guy was pretty dark, actually, for a kids' film. Just sitting there watching this character and thinking, really? You can get away with a character like this for a kids' film? It didn't seem to disturb any of the kids. They seemed fine by it, but I don't know, I was just sitting there thinking, wow, really? I mean, this guy's a bit, really? He's a bit, I mean, if you go see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't plan on seeing this, then you're probably thinking, what the heck? But trust me, if you go see it and you get towards the sort of end where you see this bad guy, he's really I thought it was really dark and twisted for a kids' film, but it does lighten up again with the jokes, like kind of immediately after his introduction and his main part in the film. But apart from that, it's a good film. I'd recommend it if you like the first film, if you like animated films, if you like kids films, or if you just want to go something sort of Halloween related, then this is probably a good one for you, especially if you've got kids and you want to take them to see a film over Halloween. Then yeah, go see this. It'll probably be out for a while. That's all I have to say about this film, really. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, like it. Please check out my other videos. Some of them are a lot longer than this. I have a lot more to say about some other films. And I will see you next time. I still don't have an outro for this, or any sort of special effects. So I'm just going to say bye, walk off, and turn the camera off. Bye.